Okay, it's 2017, Lake Jackson, California, San Angeles National Park, San Angeles Mountains. D7100 with a 10 to 24 Nikon lens, shot in 2017. You can see Polaris to the left. This is the earliest night photography as far as mountain photography I've shot. This is Lake Jackson. It's Polaris to the left. See the plane in the sky. Polaris is to the right. There's Polaris dead on. That's the backside from Dawson Saddle. That's 7,400 feet. It's the Angeles Crest Highway, Los Angeles, California. 2018. There's Polaris. You see the plane crossing by the screen. Polaris to the right. See the city down there below. Palmdale. 138 is down there. There's Polaris. There's Polaris right there. That's by Mount Baldy. That's 5,500 feet. And that's the bridge. That's the tunnel right there. That's 2/3 of the way in from La Crescenta. On the two. There's two tunnels right there. It's before Dawson Saddle. Polaris again with a plane crossing by. See the planes in the sky. You see the glow from the city, how it mixes with the starlight. There's Polaris again. Spinning like usual. The average shot on the star photography up in the mountains is probably 15 minutes. Because of our location on the map, the distance from Polaris, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get a decent motion and decent absorption of light to get a decent picture. There's Polaris again with the stellar gas cloud to the right. You can see that right there. As we're heading on down the road, 2018, Angeles Crest, Palmdale, Polaris. Polaris again. These are 15-minute shots, approximately 13, 16, 17 minutes, somewhere in that range on a tripod. There's 45-minute shot right there. That's 45 minutes. There's your tunnel again, Angeles Crest Highway. You see a car going through the tunnel. There you go again. That's before Dawson Saddle. That's about 7,400 feet. Going to Dawson Saddle, 7,400 feet right there. There's Polaris dead on with the car passing by. And Polaris again. Polaris again. Polaris up to the left. Continuing on, still Polaris up to the left. There's Polaris again, dead on. That's after Dawson Saddle, about a little bit ways down there, about 7,400 feet again. You can see the roads both sides. You can see cars on the roads. There's another plane. See, the shorter the exposure time, the less star motion. The longer that you hold the key down on the microphone, the longer you're going to get more. That's 45 minutes right there. That's a long shot. That's why the sky's gray. That's Inspiration Point, looking at Palmdale, right there. You can see Polaris. That's Lake Jackson again. Now, there was a lot of light that night. There was some clouds, and you can see how bright it is. You know, shorter exposure times, the less stars. You can see the stars through the clouds. You can see the city of Palmdale down there. This is about 7,400 feet. Angeles Crest Highway, 2019. See the stars behind the clouds. The clouds, they're moving across the sky and they're kind of dragged out. You can see the stars turning. There's a lot of light from the clouds because the city light's bouncing off those clouds and it's lighting up the mountains. There's your star pack right there. There's Polaris. You can still see it. Angeles Crest Highway, 2019, D850 with a 1424 Nikon lens. See a lot of light right there. You can see the clouds. That's why it's so bright. You can see Polaris though. You can see the stars. Even with the clouds, even all that light, you can see the stars. They're kind of pointed at Polaris right there. That's at the top at Dawson Saddle right there at the corner. That's 7,900 feet right there. Now you've changed position again, but there's still Polaris. You can see the stars turning. Angeles Crest 2019, Los Angeles, California. That's Inspiration Point. You can see Polaris. You're pointing right at it. It's almost daylight right there. You see the plane in the sky? There's quite a bit of light. There's 2 planes, 3 planes. There's Polaris again to the left. See, very short exposure time, very little star motion, not very bright film. A little bit more time on the camera, more star motion. There's Polaris again, coming down from Dawson Saddle. That's probably around 7,400 feet. There's Polaris on the left. There's Polaris. That is Dawson Saddle. That's 7,900 feet. You can see the stellar gas cloud to the right. It's not very bright, but it's there. It's Dawson Saddle. That's going to Dawson Saddle right there. That's probably 7,200 feet. That's pretty. 7,400 feet right there. There's the tunnel again, 2/3 of the way in from Angeles Angeles Crest start point, La Crescenta. That's 5,500 feet. That's by Mount Baldy. Polaris. More Polaris. 2019, still with my D850. There's a fair amount of light there, but I'm still getting stars. I'm still getting a nice shot at the stars. You can see the planes in the background. There goes your car again. It's coming down from Dawson Saddle again. You can see the cars on the road. That's Palmdale right there. It's pretty bright. Yeah, you can see the stellar gas cloud. It's pretty obvious. It's very thin and faint, but it's there. It's always in that same location to the right of Polaris. That's 7,900 feet. That's Dawson Saddle. That's going to Dawson Saddle about 7,400 feet again. That's a beautiful spot right there. Look at the stellar gas cloud. It's just more Polaris. Obviously, there's a lot of photos here of the star field. There you go again. Look at that. That's nice. There's Big Bear. Now we're really into some pretty pictures right here. This is a new Sigma lens I got, and some of these pictures are gorgeous. You can see the star field, and you can see the stellar gas cloud. And you see the cars on the road going down into Big Bear. That's Big Bear down at the bottom right, and Palmdale down there. There's that stellar gas cloud. You can see the planes in the sky. There's Big Bear. That's the Sigma lens, 14mm prime lens. That stuff's gorgeous. And you can still see the star field in the background. They're moving. That's Boulder Bay. Right there where the boats are. There's that big bear right there in the entrance to that park. Those are those nice houses down there by the docks. That's gorgeous. That's probably 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock at night, right around there. Some more Big Bear. You can see the star field turning in the background. That's Polaris back there. See the stars in the water. Man, that's pretty. It's about midnight. So I got there about 11:30. Started shooting pictures. There's your star field, Polaris right there. There's the airport runway light, and it's on the side of the mountain right there. There's Polaris dead on. See the stellar gas cloud? The airport is to the right of Big Bear Airport. Man, they are spinning. And that light right there on that mountain is to help the airplanes. And you got a little bit of Lake Campsite number 8. It's right next to Lake Jackson, Angeles Crest, backside by Mountain High. on Big Pines Highway. You see the house up on the bluff right there, up on the right. You can see Polaris in the background. There's Polaris. This lake campsite still. Number 8. You can see the stellar gas cloud to the right still. The short exposure time right there. You still see the house on the bluff. There's Lake Jackson one more time with Polaris. Yeah, now you've got Mountain High Ski Resort, Service Road. It'll be going up by the ski lifts. There's Polaris right there. That's Palmdale in the background. There's your plane going over the hill right there. That's the entrance to the service road right there for Mountain High. That's my new Sigma lens, 14mm lens. It's just a very nice lens. See, there's your ski lift. There's Polaris pointing right at it. The ski lift basically points at Polaris, which is interesting. That's pointing away from Polaris, pointing up the hill. But you can still see the ski lift. You see the stars. Another part of the ski lift area. There's Polaris. Pointing at Palmdale on the backside. Anyways, looks like we're near the end here, so we're going to be signing off. It's the end.